in its investigation that they hated President Trump and they really wanted Secretary Clinton to win. Is that true?
That's correct, sir.
And this would be the same same Ms. Page who sent an email to Mr. Strzok with whom she was having an affair. Trump's not ever going to become president, right? Right? And Mr. Strzok with the FBI, senior official at the FBI replied, quote, no, he won't.
Did the FBI protect political insiders while arresting a judge for helping an illegal immigrant escape custody? Why were anti-Trump FBI officials paid millions after being fired? And if the FBI already had Hunter Biden's laptop, why didn't the public know before the election? Today's Senate hearing just raised questions Washington still hasn't answered. Stay with me, because what was said next shocked even the committee.
Yes, and the field agents decided to open the case, work the case.
And as Americans, do we get to pick and choose which laws we want to follow?
We do not.
If you're a state court judge, do you get to decide you don't want to follow federal law?
No.
And if you violate federal law, you get arrested, don't you?
Yes, Senator.
That's called equal treatment under the law, isn't it?
Yes, Senator.
You remember Lisa Page and Peter Strzok, don't you?
Yes, Senator.
Mr. Strzok worked for the FBI, Mr. Strzok worked for the FBI. I think Ms. Page worked for Justice. The Inspector General found, we'll stop it. Did I read that correctly?
You did, Senator.
Okay. Now, Ms. Page quit before she could get fired. Mr. Strzok was fired. And predictably, they filed a lawsuit because in Washington, it's easier to divorce your spouse than it is to fire a federal employee. Why did the FBI give Mr. Strzok $1.2 million and Ms. Page $800,000 to settle a lawsuit?
Senator, I do not know that settlement was reached in the prior administration.
Who made the decision?
The prior Department of Justice.
Who in the prior Department of Justice?
The settlement for that kind of case can only come from the Attorney General, which would be Attorney General Merrick Garland.
So the Attorney General decided to give Mr. Strzok $1.2 million and Ms. Page $800,000 after they were fired after actively interfering in the 2016 election. Is that right?
My understanding is that was a settlement they agreed to.
Pass me the sick bucket, please. The Hunter Biden laptop. In October of 2016, shortly before the election, the New York Post wrote a story that was widely covered talking about Mr. Hunter Biden's influence peddling scheme based on his laptop. A couple of weeks later, Secretary of State, soon to be Secretary of State, Antony Blinken, organized a group of 51 so-called intelligence experts.
A dramatic moment unfolded during a Senate hearing when lawmakers pressed the FBI director about equal treatment under the law and whether justice in America is being applied fairly across the board. The conversation started with a simple but powerful question. If a state judge helps someone avoid federal custody, should they be arrested? According to the FBI director, the answer is yes. He confirmed the Wisconsin judge was arrested because she allegedly helped an illegal immigrant escape federal agents. The senator followed up with an even stronger point. Do Americans get to pick which laws they follow? And the answer again was clear. No. The message from the hearing was unmistakable. The rule of law must apply to everyone equally. But then the conversation took a sharper turn. The senator brought up former FBI officials Peter Strzok and Lisa Page, whose anti-Trump messages during the 2016 election became national headlines. Inspector General findings confirmed they expressed strong political bias while working inside federal investigations. Strzok was fired. Page resigned. Yet despite that, Both later received large settlement payments from the Justice Department. One reportedly received over $1 million. The other, hundreds of thousands more. That raised a major question inside the hearing room. Why were officials who showed political bias during an election investigation paid taxpayer money after leaving government service? The FBI director responded that those settlements happened under a prior administration. But lawmakers want names. They want accountability. And they want answers. Then the hearing shifted again, this time to the Hunter Biden laptop story. Just weeks before the 2020 election, intelligence officials publicly suggested the laptop story had the hallmarks of foreign disinformation. But according to testimony referenced in the hearing, the FBI had already possessed the laptop for months before that statement was released. So lawmakers asked, if the FBI already knew the laptop was real, why didn't the public know sooner? The director said he would look into who made the decision not to clarify that information before the election. And then came one final question that captured national attention instantly. What really happened to Jeffrey Epstein? The director reiterated the official position that Epstein died by suicide in federal custody. But he also confirmed something